Everyone, it's Alex here today, and I'm back with another video. I'm really excited because this is, I'm coming back into the swing of things. I'm doing some vlogs, but I'm also going to be doing more sit-down videos because I know this is something that you guys missed and requested. And one of the most requested videos is actually monthly favorites. And I didn't want to do it for a long time because I'm like, it's a lot of like, Mimi does it, a lot of beauty gurus do it, but I'm like, Mimi, it's like, it would be really cool if you actually gave your monthly favorites because there's a lot of cool things that you come across do. So my monthly favorites is not going to be about clothes or beauty products. It's mostly going to be about stuff that I use, apps that I use, articles that I read, books that I read, anything that really brings value into my life in some way and that I want to share with you because I come across a lot of cool things, and now in this matter of format, I'll be able to share with you monthly. So this is Alex Monthly Favorites, first edition. So let's start. The first monthly favorites is an app. And my app of the month has been actually my favorite for a really long time, but I just really looked through my apps and like, what's the app that provides me the most benefit and the overall just brings happiness into my life? And that app is called Dashlane. So it's on my screen, Dashlane. And what Dashlane does, it's really simple. It's just a password keeper, meaning it keeps your passwords. So in a secure fashion away. And why it's important, as you guys know, there's so many passwords that you need to keep, especially with us. Like, we have multiple businesses, multiple email accounts, multiple services, YouTube channels. Like, there's literally, I think over 100 passwords, like my payments, all that stuff. So I need a way to organize it without driving myself crazy. And with any way, if you want to gain just overall efficiencies or just better your life, you have to let go of things. And I think this will be the overall theme of this video, is letting go of things. So with one thing is like, you have to protect your memory in your head for the important things. So if you get it doesn't have to be Dashlane, but what I like about Dashlane is just how simple and intuitive it is. It's a very beautiful design. On the phone, I really like that it has the touch. The only reason I have passcode and a touch ID on my phone is just for that. So I can just open that app easily. It automatically syncs when I go to websites. It'll log me in automatically. It's just beautiful, and I really love Dashlane. So Dashlane, highly recommended. They also have like a free version, so you even need to pay for it. And even what we do as well, something I learned recently is that the reason we use a premium version is because we have teams. So a lot of times we just share our passwords with new people that come join our team, but it's not really safe because if the person leaves, you have to change all the passwords. But this way you can just share a password with somebody and they don't even see it. They just log in with Dashlane, and it really helps you just keep things protected. So Dashlane will be the first favorite of the month and the app of the month. All right, next one. The second favorite of the month is actually an article, and this article is called, let me just look this up. Yeah, I believe it's called Lazy Leadership by one of my friends, Andrew Wilkinson. And this is Andrew, I highly recommend for you guys to follow his Medium posts. Andrew's a really smart guy. He runs MetaLab. If you don't know what MetaLab is an agency that is a design agency. They do all sorts of UI, UX work for really big companies. So if you ever use Slack, they've designed and created that whole experience for Slack. They work for Fortune 500 companies, just really big things. And the guy's my age. So I kind of in a way look up to Andrew. I'm like, holy crap, like if this dude is my age and he's doing all these things, I should be able to do the same thing. So this article, Lazy Leadership, which I will link down below, where he talks about where he's actually like a lazy CEO. And he kind of makes fun of himself. And it's something that, a lot of people in entrepreneurship and industry wouldn't want to talk about, because right now it's all about, Gary Vaynerchuk, and I love the guy, but it's all about like hustle, working hard. But what's the different side? What's the different side of entrepreneurship or leadership? And Andrew kind of shows that different side, which is really interesting because he has also really successful companies. He has over 200 employees, invests in 30 plus companies, makes lots of money. At the same time, he lives this very quaint lifestyle in Victoria, BC, and he talks through the article how he's actually this term of lazy leadership. And most importantly, going to this theme that I talked about of letting go. Because in entrepreneurship, one of the things that I've been learning over the years, what defines an entrepreneur, right? And a lot of things got it wrong. It's not just owning a business. Because if you own a business that you have to run yourself and it will run you, and like even he quotes Michael Gerber in an article, you have a job, and the worst thing is you're working for a lunatic, because most likely it's yourself, and you're going to drive yourself nuts. So he just talks about how it's very important to become a really great entrepreneur is actually you have to be lazy in a way, but it's not really lazy, you still have to work hard. What he means by lazy is actually letting go of the things, because in order for you to grow as a leader, as in a company or whatever it may be, you have to learn how to delegate. You have to learn how to actually hire people who are actually smarter than you, because that's one of the most important things, is that if you just try to do everything yourself, then you won't be able to grow. And this is one of the things that I'm learning myself, and I learned a lot from that article. So thank you so much, Andrew, for doing that. I highly recommend reading it, and all other posts by Andrew. They're funny, they're witty, and just concise. This next favorite of the month is actually a show. And if you guys follow me or Mimi on Snapchat, you'll see that we actually don't watch a lot of TV or shows, but there's a few shows that we watch, and one show that I'm really excited that is back on TV, it's called Chef's Table. We actually don't even have a TV in our house, we just sometimes take a projector and put it on the wall. So if you follow us on Snapchat, which I highly recommend, you'll see a little behind the scenes. And so the show is called Chef's Table on Netflix, and guys, what TV is all about, it's supposed to, when we watch TV or any sort of entertainment, we like that it enlightens us. It creates a different experience. We learn something from it. And Chef's Table is one of those shows where it follows some of the best chefs all around the world. And you get to be able to see behind their restaurants and how they do things, and most importantly, their mindset. And you get to learn their story. And it's beautifully told, it's beautifully shot, and Mimi and I love that show. Last time we were watching with Mimi's mom in London, and literally I cried like 3 times, and I'm not ashamed to say it was just beautiful the way they put it together, and it was just emotional, just a story, and you learn so much. So Chef's Table, beautiful, compelling, picturesque, highly recommend it. Check it out on Netflix. And just to let you guys know, everything that I'm mentioning is gonna be down below in the info box, so you can check it out, it'll all be linked. And the next favorite is actually a service, and it's a service that I've been using for a long time, but if you haven't tried it or using it yet, highly recommend it, and that's Airbnb, right? And the reason I want to talk about Airbnb is because I've never actually mentioned it. A lot of people ask me, and this is maybe a video that I will make in the future, is that, Alex, how do you guys plan your travel? How do you do it? What do you do? Where do you book stuff? And one of the key things is Airbnb. So Airbnb, if you guys haven't heard of it at all, is basically a service that allows regular people to rent out their homes, and also for people to be able to stay in other people's homes. And sometimes, of course, there's managed by professionals. A lot of times you can even stay with somebody at their house as a guest in a private room, or you can rent out a whole place, as we're currently doing right now. And usually we like to do Airbnb when we're staying for longer than 4 nighs. Anything under 4 nights, we usually stay at a hotel, because it doesn't really make sense at a certain point to rent a whole place. You just stay at a hotel room and you get it over with. However, the reason I want to mention it is because we're right now staying in probably one of the favorite Airbnbs that we've ever stayed in. It's a full house in south of France, and we're staying here for more than 2 weeks, and it's just incredible. And I'm really grateful for Airbnb as a service to allow and to connect, and once again to create such a beautiful design experience that allows you to easily find these services and to make everything very seamless. And Mimi and I have stayed many times, not just in places like this, because right now we have friends, we have family, we have our teams coming here with us and spending time with us, but one of the guests here staying with us, and you'll see them in my vlogs, which I highly recommend coming up, we actually stayed at their Airbnb as guests in a private room, and we're actually friends now. So we actually invited them over to come spend time with us here while we're here in south of France. So the crazy thing about Airbnb, I actually recommend you to stay at other people's homes and get that different experience. And we had an amazing experience in Florence, where we stayed at somebody's house, like right beside Four Seasons, where you can be paying like 800 euros a night, and we're paying 80 euros a night, and staying in a beautiful place with a beautiful, just a couple that, you get to have different relationships and learn more from them and what they do. And we had breakfast and we talk, we even go out for dinner together. And there's really an opportunity, not always of course, But in our experience, we've had that opportunity to meet great people, which it's incredible. So it's not only do you get a nice place to stay, but you can also meet great people. So I highly recommend it. That's Airbnb. Since this is my first favorite, I'm gonna do too many things. This is my last favorite of the month, but I honestly think it's the best favorite of the month. And my last favorite of the month is a book, and the book is The Bingo Theory. And I talked about this book to you recently with Mimi, where I had her on, and I talked to her, and I did most of the talking. But Bingo Theory is honestly, I've been so excited for Mimi to release this book because it's something that we've talked about and she's been working on for years. And you can watch my video if you haven't seen it yet, where Mimi and I go in depth and talk about the Bingo Theory. But what the Bingo Theory really is, it just discusses a different way to look at the gender roles that society plays for us. So a lot of times, you know, society puts it, if you're a man, you're masculine. If you're a woman, you're feminine. And there's limitations to that and what you can do in your life. And most importantly, as I said in that previous video, I'm really excited as this video can really help people with accepting themselves. Because really the mission for, I believe, this book and what we really try to do here, especially Mimi, is unravel and talk about personal stories that we've come across through the people we met or through our own experience or our relationship that has allowed us to not only have the relationship that we have together, but also the friendships and the business relationships that we have. Because it really helps us in all aspects in our life. Because for us and for our friends that we personally know, it's like this is a before and after. Once you find out about this way of looking at life, you will be really able to see which people have different strengths and what strengths do you have and how do you complement each other. And with that, it can bring understanding into your life. And this is a highly, highly recommended read, The Bingo Theory. So it's one of my favorites, and it will be for a long time because this is something that you reference. It's not something you just read once. This is something that you go over and over and over and just see how to look at the world differently. So that's The Bingo Theory. That was my first favorites of the month. Let me know what you guys thought. Also, love to know your monthly favorites because I love to find out what you guys are up to and what you guys like. So link down your favorite books, articles, anything you guys want me to also to read or pay attention to. I really highly enjoy it. So thank you guys so much and have a great day. Bye.